Number 1. The 18-minute reality check. The first thing in the morning, before I check my phone or even leave my bed, I sit and establish this truth. I'm not this body, I'm not even this mind. This creates a necessary distance between me and my accumulations. If I don't create this space, I'll get entangled in every drama the day throws at me. With this distance, I can use the body and mind, but I don't get used by them. Number 2. Intention writing. Every morning, I set the trajectory for my consciousness. I don't just hope for a good day, I command my energy to move in a specific direction. When the intention is clear, the universe has no choice but to cooperate. Number 3. Folding my bedding instantly. In the ashram, how you leave your sleep state dictates how you enter your wakefulness. No mess, no lingering dreams. 4. The re-entry bath. Every time I return from the outside world, I shower. It's not just about washing off the dust. It's about washing off the energetic chaos, Runanubandha of the street. I bathe to cleanse the physical memory my body gathered from the world. The body remembers every touch and atmosphere. Water breaks that memory. I don't just clean the dirt, I wash off the entanglements of the day. This way, I refuse to bring the world's confusion into the sanctuary of my home. 5. 40 minutes sadhana every day before heading for work. Shambhavi, Devi sadhana, Bhuta Shuddhi, whatever the practice, it's non-negotiable. I don't do it to feel good. I do it to dissolve and to become the best version of myself. Number 6. 4 minutes of Nadi Shuddhi. In the middle of the work grind, I act consciously, not by reaching to social media or reaching for coffee. I reach for my breath. Balancing the right and left channels instantly centers the system. I don't just take a break, I recalibrate the very chemistry of my brain to function without friction. Number 7. Silence while eating. No YouTube, no social media, no conversation. Just me and the food. If I am not involved with what keeps me alive, what am I involved with? Number 8. Sitting cross-legged whenever possible. Even while shooting or studying or sitting in bed or ground. By crossing my legs, I close the circuit. I contain my energy rather than leaking it out. Number 9. Vak Shuddhi, that is cleansing of speech. I speak 50% less than I used to. If it's not true and not necessary, I don't say it. If something bothers me, I simply write it down. Number 10. Sandhya Kalas, that transition time during sunset. I practice self-introspection. I stop everything for a moment, light up ghee deepam and just sit with myself and my notebook. Nature is shifting, so I shift with it. Fire creates a space that electricity never can. 11. Moments of silent observation. I spend time just looking at a plant, not as an object, but as a life. When you observe something with love, you aren't just looking at it, you're including it as a part of yourself. It dissolves the illusion that we are separate. 12. Bowing down. To the food, to the space, to the people. When you bow down, you become less. And becoming less is the goal. 13. Karma Yoga. Working without expecting a reward. I sweep the floor with the same intensity that I run my YouTube channel. The activity doesn't matter, the involvement does. 14. 95% of my time I wear loose natural fiber, particularly cotton, because skin needs to breathe. If my body is restricted, my energy is restricted. 15. Treating water with reverence. I hold the vessel for a moment before I drink. Water has memory. I make sure it remembers peace before it enters me. 16. Angamardana. Fitness isn't about looking good in a mirror. It's about building a body that doesn't become a hurdle in my life. 17. Containing the chaos. I stopped scattering my mental energy on the daily ups and downs. If I invest my emotion in every small problem, I have nothing left for my growth. I pause for a moment before reacting or panicking, not because I don't care, but because I refuse to be a puppet to circumstances. 18. Soaking in consecrated spaces. While bhakti sadhana, I don't pray. I don't ask for things. I just sit and let the energy of this space and sadhana work on me. 19. Chitta Shuddhi. Before I sleep, I rewind the film of my entire day. I don't judge the script, I just circle the scenes where I went unconscious or compulsive. If I don't identify the moments where I slipped today, I am guaranteed to repeat them tomorrow. Writing it down breaks the loop so that I can become higher version of myself. And number 20, the sleep sadhana. Before I drift off, I remind myself, I'm not this body, I'm not even this mind. I don't just sleep, I practice dying to my limitations. If I can maintain this distance as I drift into unconsciousness, I don't carry the cargo of the past into tomorrow. I wake up as a fresh life, not a continuation of yesterday's problem. These 20 habits didn't just change my routine, they broke me. They broke the part of me that was compulsive. Living like a yogi isn't about the ropes, it's about the intensity. And once you taste that intensity, you never want to go back to being lukewarm. And finally, if you loved this video, do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And do share it with the one you know that they want to become the best version of themselves. And with this, up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy, and namaskaram.